I was going to talk a little bit about inviting, but I posted that inviting call and we did a lot in the
I
training
saw that.
group.
Yeah.
That's a long call. So like one night when you can like just listen to it when you're doing dishes or something.
Okay.
So it's a long, I think we nearly got to an hour on that one. But it's a really
Okay.
good call for when you're ready to like dive into inviting. So we're not going to talk about that tonight because I posted a lot in our training group about that and I don't want to overload on that.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about rank advancement and coach compensation. Obviously, there's so much to know about rank advancement and compensation, so I'm just going to start with the basics. So I have a little graphic here that this is just what I didn't even do this for tonight's call. I keep this on my desk. I call it my diamond map because sometimes I drop rank or I'm going to drop rank and I need to figure out how to get back up, or I'm looking at what I've got and I'm ready to build. Like our goal for our team. So when you hit emerald, that's really just you. And even when you
Okay.
hit diamond, like that's you and you've got like a little bit of a team under you and you're building. But anything beyond that is a team effort. Like my goal for our team, for Team Happiness, is to be a 1-star diamond by Summit, which is July, and a 2-star diamond team by the end of the year.
Okay.
And that's so I just like to share my goals because everyone is a part of that.
Sure.
So this is my diamond map. And really, don't worry about anything below here. But what it means to be diamond is you have an emerald on each side. We'll go over that in a second. And you have 4 other coaches. And the people in
Okay.
circles are people I want on my team. So I dream of people I want on my team. Like you were on my diamond map for a while because I wanted you on my team. There are just people out there in the world. Like if you were to sit down and get out a piece of paper and draw like 10 coaches that you wanted on your team. Because at some point you're going to be thinking about what's your ideal customer and what's your ideal coach. We call them avatars. Like my coach avatar, I don't really have nailed down yet. My customer avatar, I have her nailed down to a T. I know exactly who she is. She has 10 to 20 pounds to lose. She's a hot mess mom. She drinks wine. She works a 9 to 5. She has no time for anything. She doesn't eat clean 100% of the time, and she doesn't want to. She only moderately likes exercise, but she has had weight loss success in the past and is looking to get it back again, but doing something different. That's my customer. Every customer I bring on board that has success fits that mold, and that's who I seek out to try to help. I'm working on a coach avatar about who I really like on my team, but that's less defined just because I've had dozens and dozens of customers. So I kind of have that refined over time, but not as many coaches.
Got
So
it.
anyway, so when you look in your back office and you go to, see if I put a coaches under you. I got to pull up my coach online office to see if this will make any sense. So when you go to your coach online office and you're logging in, one of the options on the top under my business in the coach online office is where like everything lives.
Okay.
My business tab, there'll be my downline and then a couple different views. You can do graphical genealogy, which shows it like similar to this, like a map, and then sponsorship drill down, which is like an Excel spreadsheet. That's
Okay.
when you've built your team, that's easier to look at.
So how many coaches do you have under you right now?
Well, that's a tough question. It's not a simple answer because so in this, on this leg is my strong leg because Katie is putting coaches under me. They're not my coaches, but they're like, I can see them in my downline. So
Okay.
in my whole downline right now between my coaches that I personally sponsor and Katie's, there's a little under 60, maybe 56, 57. That's kind of where
Okay.
we're at right now. I personally have like 10 active coaches, but I run 2 spouse accounts and they
Okay.
have 3 coaches under each of them. So while they're technically not sponsored by me, they're still my coaches and I still work with them and all that jazz. So it depends where you're looking at it. All right. I gotta
Right.
find where you are in my downline because I can't remember where I placed you. So you'll see placed you on Amy's inside, but that's a good place to be. I mean, like you'll be placed in a downline. Like I'm on my sister's weak leg. So she isn't placing coaches. She isn't placing a lot of coaches under me. Mm-hmm. She's placing some, but not on but it doesn't really matter what leg you're on because, yeah. So here, I'll just share my screen super quick. So this is when you're looking at your graphical genealogy, like I'll go to the top. So this is me, and the different colors mean what different rank you are. And this is my strong leg, because see, it doesn't say PS, meaning personally sponsored.
Yeah.
So those are Katie's coaches. Like Andrew's my dad. That was a coach of mine, but she quit. That's not a coach of mine because it's not PS. So this is my strong leg because someone else is putting coaches under it.
Got it.
And then the green means they're emeralds. So I have 2 emeralds on. This is my weak leg because I'm the only one. See, they're all PS, except this person has their own coaches. But no one above me is putting coaches under there. So you'll have a weak and a strong leg. I always say, put your spouse on your weak leg as soon as possible. So I'll find you. So my other business center on my strong leg is Amy Bacon. And then Ariel, she's inactive. That's what gray means. So this is where I'm building right now. So you're on the inside leg of my second business or my spouse account, which I'm building. Like that's where I place all my coaches on that leg right now.
Yep.
So you will eventually get another, like red means that's my preferred placement. That means that's where I want the next coach to go.
Okay.
I actually don't know if I want to change that. But so you'll randomly one month see another coach under you. You don't have to do anything with them. They're still my coach. But yeah, so then this is your weak leg. So your right leg is your weak leg. This is exactly where you want to put your husband.
Okay.
When you place him. And I'll post a really good video that Lindsay Matway did on spouse placement. It's really short. It's only like 5 minutes long. So to get to emerald, it is you plus 2, 1, 2. That's it. That means you'll place. So for you, it'll be right. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at my rights and lefts. And then this gets flipped around. So your right leg. So if this is you up here, this will be your husband, and this will be either a friend, the first person you sign up as a discount coach or business building coach.
Okay.
And right now, like my sister was placed on a team, a very, very large team. Her personally sponsored coach is Nikki. She has so many coaches in her downline on her strong leg. Her strong leg is so strong, she'll never catch it. So strong. So it doesn't even matter. Like you're not there because you don't have anyone on either side right now. And that's how I was when I started. I didn't have anyone except my dad. My dad was signed up shortly after I signed up, I think. But like I didn't have anyone. So I was just going back and forth. And it was actually a really good place to be in because it helped me get to diamond quicker and I'll explain about volume in a second, because my sister, where she has a really strong leg, she's trying to stack her weak leg, but then she could drop rank because she's not putting enough on her strong leg because you do have to remain balanced.
Okay.
So do I have my other whiteboard? Yep, right here. Hold on a second.
Sure.
All right. So the basics, you don't need to know all the details about coach placement. Anytime you're ever even thinking about signing up a coach, message me and I'll look in your back office and tell you where to place them for the best outcome. Yeah. I still even have Katie look at my back office and be like, I'm signing up a coach. Where should I put him? And Michael Neiman, who's the vice president of something, global sales. No, that's Jeff Hill. Anyway, he does this great, really funny video using cartoon characters on volume and commission. But I'm going to just use a whiteboard and it's not going to be as fun. But this is one of those things that for me, and maybe I know you're like a numbers person, and so this might be easier for you to understand. I like numbers, but I could not wrap my head around this at the beginning. I needed to watch that video like 500 times to get it. So when you log into the back office, you'll see under the My Business, My Volume. So you'll be able to see if you have any volume under you. I don't think you do, because that would be from either coaches under you or customers under you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you get volume for your own orders.
Right.
So volume points, they can either be TV or PV. PV means it's personal volume, means it's either your order or your customer's order. And sorry, I have the hiccups.
Mm-hmm.
And this is important to understand. Like when someone asks you, if I want to be an active coach with Beachbody, do I always have to order Shakeology? Like, do I always have to have it on Home Direct? And the answer is no. Even to be Emerald, you do have to have 50 PV, but that could be a customer's order.
Okay.
You don't have to have, and that's the difference between, I think, this and maybe other MLMs where they force you to buy their product.
Yeah.
I mean, almost every coach is on Shakeology mostly because they like it and they want to be. It is a good way to get volume. And then you're also, promoting it, things like that. So, and that gets you 90. Shakeology, an order of Shakeology is 90 volume points. A challenge pack could be anywhere from 105, I think is the lowest, to 200 is the highest. What other things? Like just the 21-day fix, I think, is 45 volume points. Like if you just got the DVDs in the portion containers. Mm-hmm. So it ranges. An active coach, so when you're Emerald, you need 2 active coaches under you, meaning they each have to have at least 50 PV. So this could be from their own order or a customer order that they have. So if they sign up as a coach and then they sell something to a friend, and if it's enough, that they could be active that way. Most people at the beginning, like you're active now because of your challenge pack.
Right.
And then you'll remain active when your next Shakeology pack goes through. Or if you sell something, that'll keep you going and active as well. So you obviously get commission off of any sales. So you get 25% commission off of any of your sales. Sometimes it's a little bit more. So when you sell the All Access Challenge Pack, the $199 one that you bought, you actually get $70 commission for that. So that's the biggest percentage that you get. The other ones are just a straight 25%.
Okay.
So a bag of Shakeology, you get $32.49. Challenge pack, you get like $40 or $50 depending on how much the challenge pack is. So those are a little different too, because like the 21-day fix challenge pack is $160, but you get $50 from that.
Okay.
Where I think 25% is only $40. So they give you a little more because it's the challenge pack.
Okay.
So on straight products, it's 25%. On challenge packs, it's a little different depending on which challenge pack. It's at least 25%. It's never less.
Sure.
Never less than that. So that's good. And then, so that's the first way to earn income. And at the beginning and for a long time, that's going to be the biggest way you earn. Your income is going to be through commission and commission sales, and then having your customers continue on Shakeology and have that residual income, the $32.49 every month.
Mm-hmm.
That'll add up. A couple customers on Shakeology, and you've got your Shakeology paid for, and then a couple more and a couple more, and you're starting to kind of see a nice little paycheck there. So that's the first way. The second way is to earn team bonus cycles. So this is when and you can only earn these once you've hit Emerald or higher.
Okay.
When you've hit Emerald rank, that's you plus 2, one on each side. And then you will see that those team bonus cycles start to come through. And I'll go over what they are and how to earn them in a second. So you get different amounts of money for each team bonus cycle depending on your rank. For Emerald, it's $14, which sounds kind of like, ooh, woohoo, $14. But like when you're Diamond, it's $18. And this week, I'm getting 7. This week, like 1 week, Katie got 12. And you multiply that times 18 plus all the commission and the retail sales, like that adds up.
Right.
Some people, like once you've been really building your business, like after like this week, 7 is a huge deal for me. 7 times 18 is good money for me. So I'm not shaking my head about that. So how it works. So I'm going to use my little $3 bin Target whiteboard. I got suckered. But actually I really like this. So you've got you up here, and then you get volume points. So say you sign your husband up and he gets a challenge pack, and that's say 105. And these are all either, we'll just call it team volume, because volume that's under you, because it's not your customer.
Yeah.
And any of your customer, you don't earn team bonus cycles because you get the commission on that.
Right.
So this is, you never make commission on one of your coach's sales. So like if you sold something, I don't make any money off of it. That's, you get your 25% and Beachbody gets the rest. But this is how I make money by building my team. There needs to be an incentive to build your team and to grow the business. And this is how we do it. So then you sign your mom up, say over here, and you get another 105 for hers. And then say you had a customer that was on Shakeology, and after the first month that they're on Shakeology, you move them to your husband, because then you'll get you'll still get the commission, because, well, actually, I don't know anything about your finances, but if they're combined finances, I don't like to assume about other people's marriages. I know some people keep it separate, to each their own. But if you do have combined finances,
I don't even think he knows what bank we go to.
Exactly. So I move all of my Shakeology HD orders, which means home direct, to my spouse. That way I get the volume and the commission. So it's like double dipping. And Beachbody encourages you to do that. This isn't like an around the system thing. We're not being sneaky. They teach you to do this.
Right.
That's why they allow you to have a spouse account or two, depending on how many you have available. We call them spouse accounts, but they can be mom, dad, spouse, or child.
Okay.
So then you have.
What about sibling? Could it be a sibling one?
It can't be a sibling. You can sign your sibling up. Like I have a sibling sign, and my sister signed me up, but she wasn't like running my account.
Okay.
You could just, if they wanted it and they were on it, it would help you, the more coaches under you, but you can't be running like a ton of different business centers.
Okay. So probably the way you're outlining it is exactly what would happen. It would be Andy and then my mom.
Yeah.
Because neither one of them are going to like do anything with it beyond like being a part of what I'm doing.
Yeah, exactly. So then you've got the 90 from that HD order, and then maybe I have a coach under you on that side, and they order the 21-day fix, because I have a coach. It's not your customer or your coach, but you still benefit from being on a team. That's why it's called Team Beachbody.
Right.
So you add this up, and that's 240 and 105. Now, every time you get to 100 on one side and 200 on another side, you cycle. So then so you minus 100, that brings you down to 5, minus 200 brings you down to 40. So you just got one cycle. Yeah, you just made $14. Plus, all the commission from all this stuff. So that's it. So then again, you're building and building and building. And, at the beginning, like you get one cycle a month and you're like, woohoo. And then like the second month you get like 2 or 3. And then like the third month you get like 8, and you're like, damn, this really does add up. That's why it's a residual income business. It does take time to build when you're building coaches on your team and building up your customer base. Over time, it will build.
Okay.
And maybe, once you get to 4 Shakeology customers, you put that under your husband, that's 360 PV plus any under your mom or your strong leg that I'm putting coaches on. Maybe that's 2 or 3 cycles just in a week or 2. So that's can really add up.
Sure.
And it's $14 when you're Emerald rank. And then as you go up, it's 16, which is Ruby, which is a weird rank that no one ever hits. And then it's Diamond, and then Diamond and any of the Star Diamonds is all 18. It never goes above 18.
Okay.
Right now, anyway. I don't know if they'll ever do a cost of living increase or something, but it's been 18 since I hit Diamond a year ago. So that's team bonus cycles. I'll post the video tomorrow in our training group. But the gist of it is you get money from commissions and you get money from building your team. So that's why you want to be doing both at the same time. You want to be building that customer base and you want to be recruiting to the team. The best coaches are challengers. So people that you've been working with, people that sign up. You're actually, it's funny, in our team, like Katie signed up for coaching before she had ever even tried Shakeology.
Oh my gosh.
She's very different and unique in her startup story. She came into it for the money reason. She had just had Poppy. Poppy was less than a year old. She's a single mom. She was already working 2 jobs, and she didn't have time to work a job outside of the house, another job, a third job. So she needed to do something inside of the house because she couldn't leave Poppy anymore. She was already leaving her 60, 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
So she heard about this. Nikki, her coach, brought her into this, and Katie will share her story. She does every once in a while. She reached out to her and was like, do you need more money? Like, I mean, no, this is not how the conversation went, but like, basically like, are you meant for more than what you're doing? Because I've got something I'd like to share with you. Katie's like, yeah. And she's like, you can do it from your home and make money. And Katie's like, sign me up.
Yeah.
And so she signed up as a coach, and then she got her Shakeology after that once she had the discount. So she paid that $40 fee that the majority of the coaches have waived because they bought a challenge pack. But so she paid the $40 because that's all she had, and she put on her credit card. She didn't even have that actually.
Oh,
and so she went from there, and she ended up, falling in love with Shakeology and the programs, and did it for the health as well, and lost weight, and all that good stuff, and has helped with a lot of things in her life. But she started from just the coaching. And so you're different because you weren't my challenger, but like I had been connecting with you for so long, and you were invested in the programs and Shakeology before you signed up, but then when you decided to get back, you just got all back all at once. And
right.
I kind of did the same thing. All right, we got 10 minutes. Sounds good. I kind of did the same thing where I had tried Shakeology before I signed up as a coach. I was actually already signed up as a coach on my sister's team just because she put me there. She needed me to sign up to get to Emerald. And then I was like, I don't want to run the business. And then she's like, all right. So she left my account there and whatever. So she got me into Shakeology beforehand. I didn't buy any, but I just drank hers whenever she made me one. And I was like super against it. And then after I had Max, I was like, the second I got cleared to work out, I was like, I need your DVDs. I didn't even buy anything. I stole her DVDs and her containers, and because I was already signed up as a coach, so I couldn't buy a challenge pack.
How long had she already been doing it at that point?
Like 9 months.
Oh, wow. So yeah, still fairly early.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So she hadn't been doing it that long. And so I stole all her stuff and then started, and then I was hooked. And I said, all right, I want to really coach. Like I want my account to be active and I want to do it. And she's like, okay, great. She was like, your account's there. You just got to coach. So I think I ended up I signed up for Shakeology HD at that point. And then I think I bought another set of containers. Never gave her DVDs back.
She's got on demand. She's good.
Yeah, she's good. We're good now. Now neither of us use the DVDs. But so that's how I got started. So I wasn't really in one of her challenge groups per se. And it's different. Like every coach is like, I mean, I am different because my sister is my upline coach, and like people rarely actually work the business as siblings. It's very rare. A lot of people have their siblings like as discount coaches or something, or just like part of their business that way, but not really running the business. And that's how I was at first. I was just like a discount coach to Katie. And then when I decided, okay, I want to run the business, I made fun of it a lot first. And then I decided I wanted to make fun of it. I wasn't very nice to her about it. But
sibling love.
Oh yeah, sibling love. Yeah. There is one very high-ranking sibling couple, Becky Martin. I don't know Becky's last name, and Christina Delgado. They're down in Miami. They're both 15-star diamond, superstar diamond that run the business together. So, and I mean, Katie and I have our separate businesses, separate customers, but being, so intertwined with her being my family has really helped me out in my business because I learn so much more because it's literally all we talk about when we talk every day. And then, she teaches me everything she knows and she helps me out. So I try to pass on all of my knowledge to you guys because that's how I've gotten to where I am. Everyone starts a little differently, but the point of all of that was that coaches tend to be better when they're either really invested for some reason. Like my sister was, she hates to say it, but she was desperate for money. Like she didn't have heat in she didn't have oil in her tank. She couldn't heat her house. She was cold. Like her house got down to the 50s for a long time. Like she was in rough shape, and she'll be happy to share this with you. She's not secretive about it anymore. But so she had what they call a strong why. Like, why are you doing this? And then, she became connected with Beachbody, and that together, the connection with Beachbody and the strong why, that makes her a good coach. My why, I mean, it's long. It's, everyone's got multifaceted whys, but the main thing is I was struggling with postpartum depression, and I was just like lost, completely like lost. And I wanted to feel good about myself. And the only thing I could think of that would make me feel good was to lose weight, because it had made me feel good in the past. So I was like, I'm sure this will work. And I had no idea what to do. And so that's where I started from. And then I felt like a purposeful life again. Like, I feel good. And like reading personal development has made me feel good. And like, I'm helping other people. They feel good. They tell me thank you for what you're doing. And like, that made me feel purposeful. And my sister, like in ways, the better I do, the more I help my sister out. That's something that's really important to me. Any way I can help her out, I will. So that's my why. And then my transformation was more inside than outside. But that is my why. And then that's my connection to the Beachbody programs and Team Beachbody. And so that's where kind of I marry those two together. And that's where I find my best success. So when you're, thinking about who you want on your team, either, when you start, you don't maybe know that they'll be a great coach, but you work with them, and then they're in our challenge group and they're doing really great, and they're showing progress, and then they're committed, and then talking to them about it. So the best coaches do come from challengers, but there are those unique one-off cases where they're not. Like, I wasn't a challenger, Katie wasn't a challenger, you weren't a challenger. We actually have a team of non-challengers as coaches, but the norm is to be a challenger first. That's just not how we do it on our team always. So you'll probably, because your vibe attracts your tribe, so you'll probably get a mix of that.
Okay.
Katie's other diamond, Brooke, who you've seen on the team call, she was actually a free lead that just signed up online.
And got placed.
And got placed under Katie randomly as a customer, and then signed up as a coach for the discount, and then is now one of Katie's diamond coaches. So like, it's all very random how it came about. Now, I mean, I consider Brooke one of my good friends. We hung out with her when we were in Nashville, and we're going to Punta Cana with her in the spring, and I mean, in a couple of weeks, but and we'll see her again in New Orleans this summer. But so it's a very random community sometimes.
Yeah.
So, all right, we only have 3 minutes left. So that was all the content I had. I'm going to stop the recording.